Alrighty. Getting hot. Let's do this and get it over with. Cancer and Sag. Alrighty. Let's start here. So, messages for Cancer are pretty simple. Hey, Yannick. So, basically, for some Cancers, for some of you, there's a situation here where either you're feeling kind of trapped at home, maybe trapped with an individual, or just feeling like, you know, you have to hold tight to finances right now. And feeling like your stability is shaky. But the key here is, the key here is to be less in your emotions and more logical, right? Because it's easy to get caught up in emotion. And then you have this Ten of Swords here. So with the Ten of Swords, this could be plans that you have put forth or, you know, been writing out, and then you realize, okay, it's not successful, or it ends up that it's not successful. It's indicative of hard times. Outside of that, it can have to deal with another individual. So be very mindful of, you know, who you're giving your time to, who you're giving your patience to, and hold back. Don't give things that you don't have. You know, you might want to do things from the kindness of your heart, but now is not the time. And for some of you, if you're actually living with someone, you have to be mindful of that as well. Like, are you both on the same page with your savings or how you're spending money, right? So, and again, for some of you, it may be this air sign individual or someone who's very snappy at the mouth. For others, this could be a legal situation that you need to be prepared for, and maybe you are not. And this legal situation could be a lawsuit of some sort, and maybe it's premature. You know, you might need to go back to the drawing board on that one. So that's for some of you Cancers. And then I'll go through the oracle cards thereafter. But in both of these readings for Cancer, you might be feeling left out, but you need to keep your composure. And, you know, some of you might be saying, okay, well, when? When is this going to happen? When is there going to be a breakthrough? And right now, the only thing you can really stand on is your patience and putting forth action with your energy in other places. We're preparing for whatever this particular issue is, if it is a legal matter. And your social position could possibly be in jeopardy. So be very careful of who you are around and what you are doing and what you are spending at this time. So that's part one for Cancer. For other Cancers, for some of you Cancer men, or if you're cross-watching for Cancer men, it's either you, the Cancer man, who's feeling like entrapped in a sense, like too much going on maybe with this particular individual that you may be dating. And if you're dating a Cancer female, maybe they're kind of fiery. But if you're a fire sign female and you're dating a Cancer, there might be some sort of heartbreak, or maybe the way that you're speaking to the individual, because Cancers are sort of sensitive and they're not going to tell you. A lot of the time, they will not tell you what is wrong with them, what their gripe is. They expect you to know, especially if you're close to them. And if you don't know, it kind of aggravates them, and they're not always very vocal. And then also the Ten of Swords popped up here in this deck as well. So be mindful of how you're talking to your partner. If you are a Cancer woman who's dealing with an air sign, a younger air sign, same thing applies. And I would be mindful of trusting what people have to say right now, or your partner, or whoever this is that you're seeing. This could be your own issues, but just be very mindful, because it looks like whatever this is, whatever this discussion is, it leads to some sort of heartbreak, which could be temporary, because it looks here as though, you know, there are tools, there are ways to fix the particular situation, you know, from both sides, to where, you know, the individual is willing to try again, or, you know, to give for some sort of fulfillment. And then you have the Nine of Cups, which is a great card, because that's overall happiness and fulfillment, a wish coming true. But again, being careful of how you're speaking to people. Like, don't allow the fact that you are a fast talker, or you think that you're mentally quicker than this other individual. Don't let that get the best of you. You know, remain grounded and respectful. And again, your oracle cards: Orphan, Poised, and TikTok. So even though you feel like you're left out in the wind or left out in the cold, you have to remain poised. You know, this is where you never let them see you sweat. And if it's a legal matter, you're going to want to have your shit together, basically. And it's a timing right now. You're going to have to kind of let that go and just do what you can, because it's a process. So that's what I have for Cancer. And let's do Sagittarius. He's a complete mute. That's funny. Did I eat yet? A little bit. I'm getting hot. All right. Sagittarius. I had already shuffled. Oh, wait, I think I did this backwards. Sagittarius. Whether this is male or female. You know, Sagittarius women can be, hey, Miss Bathory, can be sort of intense, but it's time to ground yourself and be more mature. For some of you, you may even be dealing with someone who requires you to be stable, balanced, and mature. Whereas they're looking at you as sort of impulsive and indecisive. Maybe your words don't match your actions, sort of situation. So even if this individual is not an earth sign per se, they take on this energy of being very serious about, again, the things that they love and value, about their own power, about how they're treated, about how people treat them. So it's sort of no nonsense there. All right. So, and your indecisions or indecisiveness or going back and forth is not helping the situation, Sag. And if you're a Sag man, this can deal with, the reverse would be true for a female that you may have some sort of interest in. But this indecision or this going back and forth, it is not helping the situation. It's actually breaking things down. And it's not what you want. That's not what you're going for. And sometimes Sagittarius can say a whole hell of a lot. And some of them can really hit where it hurts. And then they expect for others to just, bounce back. So you have to be very mindful of that, because now look, you might be sitting there looking at, well, why in the hell did I do that? I love it, because Aries and Sag tend to do that. Leo, not so much. Depending on other aspects. But it's sort of like, all you're going to do is wear yourself out, destroy whatever bond that you're building. And see here, you have the Tower reversed. So maybe some time has passed since this situation, because it looks like the worst is over and that there's room for a new beginning. Yay. We love that. But don't be foolish. Don't try to go head over heels and trying to rush things. Can't say that to a Sag or an Aries. I know you do, Erica, because I'm over here thinking about thinking about you, low key. Aries moon, Sagittarius sun. Oh, I know a girl who was Sagittarius sun with it. No, Aries sun, Sagittarius moon. And my God, she used to do the most. I mean, would wild out in front of dude's family and everything. But nevertheless, you know, this is why it's important too that, okay, we're identifying with our natal information, right? Like our sun, moon, rising, that sort of thing. But it's important to also look at our progressions to see where we need to be. So for example, I have Aries rising in my natal, what I was born with. But right now it's calling me to be more in the Gemini energy. And I have Venus there. So being a little softer in my approach, which is the opposite of what I'm naturally inclined to do, or how I am naturally, right? Intense, impulsive. So you might want to look at that and adjust, because that's what progressions are about. Where do we need to be now? You'll always have your natal energy, but what is it that you can benefit from in your progressions at this time? So, Erica, do you know your rising sign? But you know what's crazy about Scorpios is that they talk so much shit, and they want to do little shit to sting you, and they be thinking shit is funny. See, because what I noticed with some Scorpios is that they'll test you before they're your friend. If you can withstand their bullshit and their little remarks and whatnot, and you actually have a rebuttal, then they end up respecting you more, in a sense. You funny. You wave your white flag after you curse them out. So anyway, it looks like there can be a new beginning for Sagittarius, okay, with this individual, because in all things, this relationship is familiar. And it's a give and take. It can be a very sweet union. And then, you know, ultimately you'll get the recognition that you're looking for if you can pipe down and be patient. And then also, yeah, with this new beginning, Wheel of Fortune, as whatever is going on or whatever has passed, you know, dissipates, you want to work on being so fixed, you know, not wanting to budge, not wanting to adjust, because that is not going to help. And ultimately, the way that you win here, Sagittarius, whether you're male or female, is by, you see how she is here? She's kind of the green and the blue and the infinity symbol. And she's got the lion. She's holding his mouth. This is about acting from the heart, being mindful. The blue speaking to peace and, you know, correlates with the throat chakra. Be mindful of what you're saying, because you can kind of have control over the situation, but you have to control yourself first. Like, meaning you knowing the right things to say to this individual. You have to do it, like, proceed with caution, okay? Kind of allow them to be the more dominant energy if you are a female. And then we have your oracle cards, By the Book, New Life, and Observer. So basically here is, you cannot force anybody to do anything. You have to respect boundaries, Sagittarius. You have to respect the fact that not everybody's going to move the way you do, which is kind of hard. It's sort of a challenge for Aries and Sag, because we're like, get with it already. Like, you're moving so slow for. Why do you think that way? Why do you have to do it that way? Why are you such a mama's boy? Blah, 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 blah. Sag be going in. Sag be saying the shit that don't need to be said. Like, he'd be like, and you really expect that person to still deal with you after that? But if you do things by the book and you're respectful of boundaries, you're respectful of what your partner needs, and then there's a new life. new situation, fresher and better, fresh start, and observe. Say less. Watch what's going on, you know? And I would say maybe you really want to keep your eyes peeled around the new moon, which I believe is the 23rd of this month. Scorpio men, I had a Scorpio boyfriend a long time ago. I don't really fuck with them like that. I had a best friend for 25 years that was a Scorpio. Another story for a whole nother day. But that is your reading. I think the only one I have left is Capricorn, which... Anybody has any questions? I might take like 1 or 2 tarot questions because I'm tired. Maybe not. I really want to go to sleep. Capricorn needs a reading. Yeah, I have to be mindful of how I say things too. And I just get so tight after a while, like, especially when you're dealing with a person that don't argue back with you. I noticed that about Southerners. Southern folk, Southern men, the ones I've come across, they do not argue back with you. They do not raise their voices. They do not curse at you. This shit hit different. So, as a New Yorker, how, you know, we have no problem voicing how we feel about another individual or getting on them or having jokes or whatever. It doesn't blow over the same way the Southern folk. A lot of them take things quite personally, and they're a little more passive aggressive. That's just from my personal experience with them. But thank you, Miss Bathory. You and your partner are Sag? That's pretty cool. How does that work? I've heard that before. Sag and Sag is one. Cap and Cap. Libra and Libra. Is there no wonder Libra and Libra of why Libra and Cap and Cap get together? Because nobody else can really understand another Libra, right? I mean, understand the Libra sincerely. Capricorns are so wicked sometimes, low key. They can sincerely deal with each other. Scorpio and Scorpio a lot of the time end up together too. You know who Scorpio and Scorpio randomly, if I'm not mistaken? What's that Kardashian lady? Kris Jenner. Her and her ex-husband, whatever that Olympic guy's name is. I believe they're both Scorpios. I don't do Sag men at all. Thank God they don't come into my bubble. I like them as friends. They're cool, but they be doing the most. And, you know, from what I've seen, what my Leo homegirl has gone through with Sagittarius men, they be stalking her. Like, straight up stalking her, thinking that she's doing the most. She don't be doing shit but chilling and working. But they kick in doors, the lower vibrational ones, the most. So, there's that. I did a reading for Pisces already. Future and Sierra, see? Sag and Virgo men are the bachelors of the zodiacs. They don't like to be obtained. You know what? Virgo men, though. See, here's the thing about Virgo men that I've noticed. Because I've grown up around quite a few Virgos. They love hard. It's just that they love a certain type of individual and they have a certain mindset, a certain outlook of how they want things to be. And so when they're in love, they're ready to go hard body. What happens is, if you catch a Virgo man when he's sort of up in the air, maybe he's on a timeout from his partner, maybe they've broken up, or he's not sure where things are going, then it can be kind of funny because they're not always honest about their situation, and then people's feelings can get hurt. But there's that. Yeah, exactly, Erica. That's about it. But Sag, my father was a Sag. Sag with Aries rising, Taurus moon. Very intense. Oh, okay. Like best friends and joking around a lot. That's excellent. Jason, you are so random. Scorpios always start. You know what? You're absolutely fucking right. I'm glad that you said that, Erica, because my ex-best friend, I'm like, but you started it. I love her 100 grand till this day. You know, it hasn't been the same since. But it was 25 years at the time that we fell out. 25 years of friendship. That's a long time. A lot of marriages don't last that long. And she had did some funny, underhanded, under the water, Scorpio type shit. Because, you know, they're more beneath the surface. Whereas Aries, you know, they're both ruled. Aries and Scorpio are both ruled by Mars. So the bullshit that they do is usually below the surface, where Aries is in your face. And so the question became, oh, like, why am I doing the most to her? But y'all didn't see what she did first. So they start shit, and then when it's not funny to them, it's a problem. But when the joke's on somebody else, all is fair. You say, y'all not beefing like you usually be. We just beefing a little bit. Oh, is there distance between y'all, Erica? Maybe that's what it is. Part of it. Hot flashes. Fuck you, Jason. Fuck you, Jason. I'm reading your little comments here. Yeah, those little cancers. But I guess nobody has... Capricorn wants their reading. Oh, you need to go and watch that video I did on Pisces, though. Because Pisces, sometimes, they do not respect boundaries. Capricorn. Let us see. I don't know if I want to do this now, or if I want to come back into Cap. 9 hours away. Yeah, so at some point soon, somebody's going to have to bust a move, Erica. I used to date a guy from Texas. He was a Cancer. He was backbush nuts. Loony. Sincerely. For real, for real. Alright, Capricorn. Did I do every other sign though? I think so. I did Aquarius, Pisces, Aries. Oh, did I do Taurus? I did do Taurus, because I did Taurus and Scorpio together. Gemini I did, Cancer I did, Leo, Virgo, Libra, yeah. Scorpio, Sag. Yeah, so the only one I have left to do is Capricorn. Oh, boy. Does anybody have a tarot question? I'm glad y'all haven't asked. Oh, yeah. Pisces are... I'm a Mercury in Pisces, so... But I'm not... I don't know. I'm not going to speak on that. I don't be doing the most. Well, sometimes. Oh, I'm tired. That's what I get for drinking early in the morning. Let's see. General readings, I don't really like to do, but let's see. I'm just going to pull an oracle card for you. And then maybe if I have to, I'll do cards. Yes, I got you next, bro. in essence, for Miss Bathory, you have a blessing or blessings. Maybe there's something that you're not considering, but the divine message here is doing things by the book. There are no shortcuts. Being loyal to whatever, this situation is at hand. Let us see. And knowing when something is not for you. Not forcing things. Going within and creating. So maybe you need to, I don't know what this particular situation is. It speaks to going within. Having some sort of fulfillment. If there's gifts that, you have that you want to bring to the forefront, giving birth to those gifts. So, or this can actually be a relationship. Make sure that you're being receptive, but you would know what your main challenges are right now. But if you're realizing something is just not for you, it's not excelling, it's not producing fruit, then you need to go within. Do things by the book. Let things go. If it's not working, let it go. Go by the book. Do things by the book. Cannot force things. No shortcuts. So you have the new moon on the 23rd. So you might have some other things that you want to bring about spiritually. I would suggest some deep meditation over the next 2 weeks. And having your mind stable. But this will happen quickly. Once you figure out what it is that you need to do next, what action you're going to take, what you're giving birth to, when you realize what doesn't work, let that go and move forward. And then there's some sort of gain, happiness, fulfillment. Okay? I don't know who Jay Dilla is or why it constantly comes up in my feed. So the next person is Brooke. I hope that made sense, Vanessa. Why do I feel funny calling you that? You must have changed your name on Facebook or something. Now it's getting cold again because the AC is blasting. I'm not tripping. All right. Wait, what? Why keep reaching after I told you I'm focused on my mental health? Telling me I love you. Then 3 days later, I don't really follow. Is that other person saying that? Oh, watch out for the manipulation of the Pisces. If that's what you're talking about. Pull for your relationship. Let's see. I'm tired as I don't know what. Guess all that drinking's catching up with me. Alright, let's see. Which deck are we gonna use? Your love situation. Which do you want? Which deck would you like for me to use? I'm going to have to mix these up, though. Yo, it's brick. It's like, I don't want to smoke no bud. I don't want no nicotine. I don't want to drink. I don't want no coffee. For Brooke. I'm like this deck, but when it's time to shuffle these big ass decks, it'd be like, damn. Like, well, I love the Druid deck, but it just be so hard to shuffle. I be having to like take it apart and shuffle it separately. I be having the black and gold. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it does. And I'm a little slow sometimes. Sag reading, Ms. Brooke, was in the beginning of this video. It was after Cancer, because Cancer's was kind of heavy. All right. First off, let me make sure all my cards are upright, because one thing I can't stand is a motherfucker who will read your cards with a whole mixed up mishmash of a deck. And then your whole reading is reversals. You'd be like, really? Please. Don't even bother. Always start and play the victim. They damn sure do. Sorry, yeah, I didn't even see that. And now having a little one. Oh, congratulations, Bianca. I'm sorry, I missed all that. Okay, got you. Yes, please do send me a pic, Miss Erica. I damn sure do remember that. Okay, so I'm pulling for Brooke's relationship. Make sure my phone isn't dying. Okay, we're good. Yo, it's Rick. Alright. Let me just fix my music. Like, why is it so cold? Alright, so this is for Brooke Hinkle. What would you specifically like to know about your relationship? If the clearer the question, the clearer the answer. And if you're wondering, I didn't order my bed yet because I'm trying to figure out, my room is kind of small. And I'm like, it's just going to be all bed. And then I don't want to regret like getting another queen and then feeling like, damn, I should have just got the king. And my Virgo moon wants to be frugal. It's a hard knock life. Yes, is that Brooke? No, this is for Brooke. If you could just give me a clearer, more specific question. You want to know about your relationship. You just want to know in general, whatever the cards pull, or do you want to know something very specific? Okay. What's your sign, Brooke? Who wants to know? Brooke Hinkle. Oh, you're a Pisces moon and Aquarius moon? Woo, child. Do you have any planets in Aquarius? That Aquarius moon, man, I'd be like, I don't know what to do with that. Detached is an understatement. Alright. Brooke. And if you want to schedule a private meeting with me, an hour is 55 minutes. An hour reading is 55 minutes. An hour reading is $55. And now I'm doing 30-minute readings for $35. All right, here we go. All right, so let me focus. That could be why, Miss Brooke. So Brooke says, will there be a breakthrough? Well, continue to. What is the energy surrounding Brooke Hinkle and her relationship with the Aquarius moon? Brooke Hinkle, the energy surrounding her and her Aquarius. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to have your question right in front of me so I can refer to it as I shuffle. My fault. Okay, will there be a breakthrough? Hinkle and her Aquarius. Okay. I don't know if there's been, Okay. All right. So I don't know if there's been a situation in which maybe there was maybe communication was cut off and one of you has been waiting for the other to sort of reach out or seeing what comes from that. Maybe somebody hasn't been that honest and, like you were saying, vocal. That could play a part. There seems to be, if there's a conversation that needs to be had, there's a waiting period. I don't, only you would know what that, entails. Was there a situation? If there was, you're going to have to give it a little bit of time. However, actually, it looks like you may want it to happen quickly, but there's like a period of needing some time. And only you would know if has time passed since whatever this issue is. My concern here is nobody likes seeing the Devil card. So, I don't know. Does this person move like a Capricorn? Or do they, or is this some sort of obsession? Let me clarify here. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Clarify this Devil card. But this could be a situation in which there's a sort of addiction. Does the other person have an addiction? Are you addicted to one another? Is one person addicted to the other? Is it a sexual addiction? Obsessive thoughts about this individual? But are they coming back? Right? It looks like if they do come back, there is an opportunity to have this discussion. And I would sort of keep my options open. I know nobody really likes to hear that. Doesn't mean that you have to be physical with the next person, but I would keep my options open. some sort of indecision there. But it looks as though that there will be an opportunity, but just be mindful. I don't know if you're just having obsessive thoughts about it, or if he has some sort of hidden addiction or obsession. I don't know. I'm kind of getting the vibe. Does somebody avoid conversation? And, you know, and it may do you well to be, like, I know nothing about the situation, about your personal situation. But in order for this individual to come to you, if this is not your person, which I would believe it is, because the question is specifically about your guy, right? The Aquarius moon, that it'll do you well to take on the energy that of a Libra, that Libra Venusian energy that considers the other's feelings. It's receptive, passive yet receptive, balanced, operating from the heart. Fairness, even though life ain't fair. And that'll help you to win. Be a little more detached. He's got that Aquarius moon. You got to appeal to that. God help you. But you said you're familiar with dealing with that energy because your father was one, so you know how to deal. So tap into that. He does avoid it. I can't stand him. I can't stand when folk do that. You know, and then you got to be mindful there. Is it if he's avoiding, is it on purpose to get a certain reaction out of you? Is that why it's here with the Devil card? So yeah, you're just gonna have to make some adjustments. Maybe give it a little bit of time. But it looks like there is something that does happen quickly as far as speaking or addressing this issue. But then immediately it's like, okay, no. Maybe you want things to go quickly. You want to have this conversation fast and in a hurry, but you got to chill. Be mindful of third-party situations. Or it could just be, if it's not a third-party situation, it could be that he's just working on some other things at this time as well. But here's where I'm like, okay, the conflict with communication. Some sort of indecision on whether, you know, where they want to be. You already know. Aquarius moons is just kind of hard from my experience. So there's that. What? Miss Jason took him out. Let me pull you an oracle card. Miss Hinkle. Hey Monica, hey Jaquana. Y'all readings are in the beginning of this video. Sag and Cancer. Alright, so Brooke. What other messages are there for Brooke? Regarding her love interest. I get really aggy. My music ain't right. Yeah, Sag is in the beginning, but I'll post the video. Oh, yeah, you may want to watch that one. But, Nika, you're not a Sag, are you? All right, so this is for Brooke Hinkle. Let me give you her oracle card. Higher power, deep knowing, and a change in the wind. So, you know, prioritize. You know, wherever you can clean up the situation and make the adjustments, do so, because there has been a change in the wind, which has been necessary. But there's also a deep knowing. And this is going back to meditation and a higher power. What is it that you sincerely know in your heart? When I got this card, I was like, really deep knowing. And that's where the meditation comes in, so that you can understand, overstand what is it that you sincerely know, because there's a deep knowing there, right? By getting in tune with self, your higher self, self-love. There has to be a significant change there, though, and that's that. Oh, Papa D.